I'm Meredith with XT, and today I'm talking with Arthur about his 2012 JKU. First off, thank you so much for joining with me today.
Thank you for having me, Meredith.
Of course. So let's get into it and kind of give a brief overview of your build. So you have the 2012 JK Unlimited Wrangler. You have 17 by 9 inch Pro Comp 1 Series satin black wheels with a negative 6mm offset. You have 35 by 12.5 inch Arturo Trailblade XT multi-terrain tires and a 2-inch AEV suspension lift kit. Can you tell me why you chose this setup in particular?
I guess we could start from the suspension lift. When I first got the car, I wasn't ready to put a full-blown suspension system into it because it's very expensive. So I needed kind of a cheaper option for it. And I went with the AEV because my buddy put that on his 4Runner. So if he put that on his car and he takes it off-roading, then I know I could trust it on my Jeep.
And then what was your kind of like game time decision when it came to the wheels and the tires?
I've never had a Jeep before, right? And I thought I couldn't get a bigger tire, the ones I have. I thought I couldn't fit it in like the wheel well and my car wouldn't be able to turn well. And they were like, no, that's no issue. Like, put on bigger tires if you have the chance. And I said, all right, they look big and knobby.
So to get into some specifics, starting off with the wheels, again, you have the 17 by 9 inch Pro Comp 01 Series satin black wheels with a negative 6mm offset. Can you tell me why you chose these wheels?
Well, Extreme Terrain gives you that option of like picking your car and then placing everything you want to buy on it. And they just look pretty good on it. Imagine them on the car. There's no other choice behind it. I liked what I saw and I read the reviews and they look good. So I picked them.
Now, is there a reason you chose like a black wheel over like a polished wheel or even like a bronze wheel?
With Sahara, it being all bright orange or crush, you gotta kind of offset that, and I've chosen all the pieces to kind of match that, kind of like a unfinished black. Again, I just try to match everything. I don't want it to look out of place. Everything needs to blend well.
And are you a fan of how like the style of the wheel is with like the deeper dish and the detailing on the wheel?
I think knobby is a word used often, and I think the tires aren't too knobby where it looks very off-roady. And then the rim being like kind of inside, it fits well, it's flush, it's smooth.
Now, why did you choose a 17-inch wheel over a different size, maybe a smaller wheel or even a larger wheel?
So strictly what I looked into research, and I think that 17 is what I got. It was kind of in the middle, I guess. So I have no knowledge and no real experience with it. I could have asked more questions, but I went with my gut. I also think I called Extreme Terrain because tires are a big purchase.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure everything fit well and worked well.
Let's get into the tires specifically. So again, you have the 35 by 12.5 inch R17 Arturo Trailblade XT multi-terrain tire. Why did you choose this tire?
I've gone to Extreme Terrain for almost all my parts. Looking through a catalog and just looking what, again, looks appealing to the eye, and then kind of divvying out what the details are like with the reviews. It's not something, again, I don't have experience, so it was based on picture and what people have posted.
So why did you choose a 35 over maybe a smaller tire like a 33 or even a 37? It sounds like you had a little bit of a push in the direction to a 35 with the parts dealer that you work with.
I didn't want to go too big and go crazy because I still want to drive my Jeep as a everyday car, right? That's what it is. So I couldn't go too crazy, but I still had to get big tires. And I wanted the small tires, what I thought were small, 33s. But then I got persuaded to go bigger only because I knew that the Jeep could take it. And they've turned out well.
And then you talked a little bit about how you like the tread of the tire, especially being a multi-terrain tire. Is that why you chose that like middle ground instead of going too aggressive with the mud terrain or kind of on the less aggressive side with a more passive all-terrain?
Being around here and going to school, I knew I didn't need anything too crazy for off-roading because it's still an everyday car. But I needed to tread a good amount of snow and ice. I put that into account, but again, I didn't know what it would look like. But it looked good.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about how they ride? Are they smooth? Are they bumpy? Are they loud? Are they quiet?
They're not loud. Like I'm driving without my door on right now, and it's just a nice, smooth sound. It's nice. Yeah, I've had no issues with them. I've got them rotated one time. They're really good tires, and I haven't driven anything too long. I've driven 4 hours and 4 hours back in the same day, and I've had no issues going there back, you know, smooth sailing.
And then did you have to do any like recalibration when you added the bigger tires? Like, did you have to recalibrate for your speedometer? Did you have to get a tune or have somebody tune it?
I did not do any of that. I think I'm off. You know, those little radars on the side of the road. I think I'm off like 3 miles. The guys at the shop, they said it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think it's that far off where I need to get it recalibrated.
Now, does it feel any more sluggish after you've added the bigger tires?
Yeah, I mean, I had to put a whole new trunk holder on the tire, and I have to throw my trunk to close the trunk. I mean, the tires are heavy. I needed someone to carry this tire to put it up on. Like, it's the heavy tire. The car is gonna go a little slower with 5 of them on the car. But I mean, they're also big tires. Like, it's expected. It's something I researched, but the car drives well. Like, it's a Jeep, right? That's what it's built to handle. I'm not gonna say it's sluggish, but it's heavy.
All right, well that kind of wraps it up for tires. Let's go ahead and get into the suspension. So again, just as a reminder for everybody, you have the 2-inch AEV suspension lift. You kind of mentioned that your friend had this on his 4Runner. Is that why you chose this lift?
That is the pure reason I chose that lift. I know that suspension is important. You know, reading the reviews and everything is important, but that's just one of the things I really wanted to go to someone that had it on their car already, and he did. And again, a Toyota is more of a daily driver than a Jeep. So if he put that on his Toyota and takes it off-roading, he's been to Moab. And I don't know, I read the reviews, and it seems like a company that knows what they're doing. They stay in their boundaries.
Now, did you have any fitment issues with the 35s and the 2-inch lift?
I think I put in my inner fender before I got my 35-inch tires, but I didn't get the inner fender formed. I just put it in there. So they would rub when I would turn really hard, and then I would go down or up onto something, and you would hear it. But then I went to the shop, and they heat formed it into the wheel well, and it's beautiful, and it's just no issue at all.
How do you like the look of the wheels and tires with the suspension?
It's really aggressive, and I think the Jeep wouldn't work with smaller tires. The way it just looks at you and like fits, you know, that the wheels themselves give so much to the car. Because that's such a centerpiece to me, because it's just, they're so big. They catch your eye, and then they bring you to the car.
Would you have done anything differently if you had to go back?
I'm glad I didn't get the small ones, because I just want to get big ones put on, you know? And right now, I know I'm ready to go be a weekend warrior, or go pretty hard, because I know I have a good setup. I really wouldn't change. I like my tires. The suspension, I'm glad I got the company I did. I really don't think I would change it. Now, if something broke, if I've had to deal with something, I tell you right now, I'd change it. But it's done well, you know, and the only upgrade I'm looking for now is just the suspension. I don't want to change my tires.
Thank you so much for sharing all the details of your build.
It's my pleasure.
I just want to give everybody a recap on your build again. You have the 2012 JK Unlimited Wrangler. You have the 17 by 9-inch Pro Comp 1 Series satin black wheels with a -6mm offset, 35 by 12.5-inch Arturo Trailblade XT multi-terrain tires, and the 2-inch AEV suspension lift kit. Thank you so much again, and for more videos just like this, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.